Welcome to the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal Self-Care Challenge. My name is Robin Nutt, and I'm your host of the channel and the founder of the energyhealingschool.com. So in this video, I will walk you through my journaling process and share some real-life experiences along the way. So if you've been following along, my apologies. This is my makeup video for Friday. I had some family visitors last night. Not real late, but late for us. So yeah, figured I'll just make up for it today. So thank you for your grace. So in doing the journaling process, we get ourselves set in that energy, setting the intention to listen to ourselves, to listen to the source of unconditional love, to listen to whatever needs to be heard, right, within us. You know, I just like to do deep journaling. It's part of my healing process. And it works really well. Self-care isn't just diving deep. So side reminder, whatever you enjoy, do that for you. However you're taking care of you, do that for you. If you ate today, that's self-care. If you drank enough water today, that's self-care. If you took a shower, a bath, or washed up today, that's self-care. If you did your hair, makeup, if you do those things, or just brushed your hair, that's self-care. Getting out in nature is self-care. So I have my window open and I know it looks like all bright and sunny and pretty, and it's really not. Like I have a grow light on because I have a plant on my computer desk here, so I have the grow light on for my plant because it's been gray in Ohio for I think a week now. Apparently it's not brightening up today. It's very gray outside, but it still looks bright in the camera, so let's go with it. Just go with it. So setting the intention to listen to whatever we need, and having light is something that I need. I don't know about you guys, but gray, gloomy days, day after day, it gets to me. It lowers my vibe big time. So having the bright light, having time in nature, whether it's outside or the plants inside, whatever it is for you. But for the journaling process, I digressed. I write out the word self-care challenge, self-care being our acronym, right? And then underlining the letter for the day. So for today, Friday, it's the letter C, which stands for communication. And in my healing system of Best You, it's the letter Y in you, which is your truth, which is all governed by Throat Chakra Energy. So then we talk about that as well, right? Being mindful of the energy in our throat chakra. So then our journal prompt for today, does your self-talk speak loyalty or betrayal? So the first thing that popped up in my head was another question again, was to who? So yes, it's my own self-talk. But what is my self-talk saying? So what is your self-talk saying? Is it talking about loyalty to you or to someone else from you? Same with the betrayal. Does it talk about betrayal from others to you or to others from you? Either way, the mind can chatter, right? We have an inner critic, our inner judge. So when we start to set boundaries and protect our energy, then the inner critic can pop up and talk about how we are betraying other people when we take care of ourselves. Have you had that one yet? I sure have. Starts in with the you don't have the right and all the criticisms, right? Who are you to take care of yourself? Who are you to enjoy whatever it may be? Yeah. So then as we do, take it inward. What about the aspects of self? The lower vibrational energy versus the higher vibrational energy, whatever language you use, right? So in my own journaling process, I'm just going to share what came up. Let me get to the point where I was at. So I like to say the source of unconditional love, right? Some people say God, some people say source, some people say spirit, some people say universe, some people, whatever name you give in your relationship. So however you see God, Whether you see God as some father figure, some male figure up in the sky, or if you see God as the very aspect or core of you, it's the same thing. When you think of loyalty and betrayal, is that the part of you you're being loyal to, or is that the part of you that you're betraying? And again, when we get stuck in humanness, we betray that part of us. We betray that relationship with God, the source of unconditional love, right? Because we let humanness take over that. And the inner critic is humanness. The inner judge is humanness. Now we can say that, or my inner critic, let me rephrase that. My inner critic would say that God within, source of unconditional love, together, use the name that fits and resonates with your own relationship. Same thing, and conceptually, same thing. My inner critic, that ego, the inner judge would say, well, it's the God part of you that's judging you, right? It's the God part of you that's moral and as righteous and is judging you because you're wrong. You're supposed to love everyone else. You're supposed to take care of everyone else. Da 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 da, right? No. That is all still inner or humanness, excuse me. All of that is still humanness. It's 1:11 my time. Perfect. Made me lose track, but synchronicities, call them out when we see them. All of that is our human ego trying to sway us away from the source of unconditional love yet again. And I want to keep saying the source of unconditional love because that's how I see God, source, pure spirit, universe, the source of unconditional love. But to hear those words, because unconditional love isn't criticizing and judging. Unconditional love in itself is like a moral compass. Unconditional love within itself allows us to feel the vibration of, the frequency of. Unconditional love is not heavy and gross and beating us down and blame, shame, and guilt. The source of unconditional love is what supports us. It might be there to say, oh, whatever's going on here doesn't resonate with the source of unconditional love. And then that is my process to be able to say, that's humanness, that's ego, that's low vibrational, that's my lower self, if you will, that's my humanness self, whatever, again, names that you give. It either resonates or it doesn't, right? But it's not like the source of unconditional love says, oh, you did bad, you did wrong, you're wrong in that. You're betraying other people, you're betraying your soul, you're betraying God. You betray your soul, God, spirit, the source of unconditional love, when you get sucked up in the humanness, when you get sucked up in blame, shame, and guilt. It's not a place to stay, right? So like in the next video, when we talk about acceptance and observing, is that shift. It's not getting sucked in blame, shame, and guilt. It's not getting sucked and beat up by the inner critic or the inner judge. It's seeing it for what it is. I'm not showing up as my highest self because I'm wrapped up in humanness of fear or depression and I say it that way because we as humans can increase the energy of depression or increase the energy of anxiety. Not blame, shame, and guilt, but I want you to also see that you're not helpless in those things. You're not helpless or a victim of all of the energy of depression, all of the energy of anxiety. We can transmute, shift, and transform that, right? We do have some power in that. Feel the empowerment in it. Don't be disempowered by the label or the title or the heaviness of it. We don't have to stay stuck in it, right? We can journal on it, pull it out, call it out, see it for what it is. Notice that self-talk, because that, when we are on that perpetual cycle of blame, shame, and guilt, letting the inner critic take over, letting the inner judge continue to judge us and beat us down, we are betraying ourselves, and we are betraying God, source, the source of unconditional love. We're just feeding more heavy ego humanist stuff, getting sucked into the worldly things that we're not supposed to get sucked into, right? Let me know how that sits for you, or what came up for you during this process with the journal prompt. Let me read it one more time. Does your self-talk, so we're just being mindful of what we say to ourselves, speak loyalty or betrayal? Just hear it, because it's going to say one or the other. But in what ways is it saying? Like, take it that step further, the to who. When your self-talk is chattering about loyalty, who is it chattering the loyalty to? And if it chatters about betrayal to who? Who are you betraying? Who does the pattern say you're betraying? Who does the ego say you're betraying, right? Probably the ego. We betray the ego, right? And not that we're out trying to betray it, but that's kind of okay. That's part of the process of clearing some of that stuff out. Being more loyal to our highest self. Yeah. Throat chakra energy. Again, all that communication. Speaking your truth, whether it's your ego truth or your highest truth. All of that energy is governed by the throat chakra. So when the throat chakra energy is wonky, you may notice or have difficulty with your thyroid. It's probably a really big one. You may feel or have a stiff neck, like stiff shoulders, carry a lot of tension, or when you're clamping down, your jaw. That just made me think of your jaw, like TMJ. You get pain in your jaw, teeth, like ears, nose, and throat, right? You may notice that you have a lack of concentration, difficulty with expressing yourself, which could also lead to nightmares, by the way. So when we're holding back and we're not expressing ourselves, then it comes out through our dreams. So if you are experiencing some nightmares, check in with yourself. See what you have going on inside that you're not expressing, that is waiting to be expressed, that needs to be expressed, right? And you may have difficulty communicating. So those two can also go hand in hand, because when I'm not expressing myself well, when I finally do, my communication's not great. I've shared that before. Like, when I first set boundaries and was trying to communicate those, I was so anxious about it. I'd get so worked up. I'd I could feel the inner fight. It was an inner fight. Forcing myself to say what I needed to say, that it came out like angry. I didn't mean for it to. I wasn't angry. I was terrified. Terrified, but determined to finally say no to some things or finally express myself. Which leads me to the BU challenge. I was afraid to express myself because I didn't feel confident that I even knew who I was and what I was standing up for, and then to stand up for myself through self-expression. It was just kind of all of a jumbled mess. So when you feel like you lose yourself and you feel like you're putting everybody else out there in front of you, making them the priority, and you're just not sure even who you are anymore, the BU challenge is for you. Launching in January. I did it again without having a date, but it's coming up. Let me see. Tentative. Can't say the word. Tentatively. There we go. Let's shoot for the 22nd. January 22nd. I like the 22, right? I like the 22. So January 22nd, launch day. So if you would like, while we're still in pre-launch mode, if you would like half off, not expensive anyway, you guys, but again, half off is half off, right? Kick off the new year with a discount. Use the discount code PRELAUNCH when you sign up, and you'll get it at half off. That's also in the description. So always, please check the description for any updates or special offers. So go to theenergyhealingschool.com. You have to put the in there, theenergyhealingschool.com. You can scroll down, See what you would like that resonates with you, that you want to try first. I say try. I feel like that's it. We just try everything on in life, test it out, experiment, kind of. The Empathic Healers Masterclass is there for setting boundaries and protecting your energy. The 7-day chakra healing challenge is there, which will give you more information on how to help you support the energy in your chakras. And then the BU challenge, there's more as well if you're interested in Reiki, at Reiki courses. So take a look, and I will see you on the next video. We are talking again about the third eye chakra and acceptance and being that observer, right? So I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time in the world it is for you. So much love. Bye, guys.